Hello, everybody. So, uh, today I'm going to be reacting to, analyzing Piers Morgan versus Joey Carbstrong. And I cannot believe that Piers Morgan did another public talk with Joey Carbstrong after being just absolutely mauled, mutilated the last couple times. But, hey, let's take a look. Let's see how good old Piers Morgan does. Maybe he'll be using his avocados argument. Do you eat avocados? Do you eat avocados? Answer the question, because whether or not you specifically eat avocados determines whether or not it's okay to stab innocent animals and abuse them and murder them. So, let's see. Let's see how this interaction works. 11 minutes, 33 seconds.
Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Veganism, the art of eschewing all pleasure in life, is one of... Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Veganism,
the art of what? All pleasure in life? Alright, I don't know what that means. I don't know what he really just said there, but let's just say the art of foregoing all pleasure in life. Okay, I wouldn't say that because it was pretty... Alright, I'm not going to go that far. Obviously, it's just a personal attack. Obviously, he doesn't actually mean this because that's just like a really stupid position to hold, that veganism is the art of foregoing all pleasure in your life. I don't believe that a grown man is stupid enough to make that argument. Most, like, little children wouldn't even be stupid enough to make that argument. Moving on.
Life is one of the 21st century's most bizarre trends.
One of the 21st century's most bizarre trends. Okay, well, as far as I know, like, the word vegan was made in the 20th century, and before that, a lot of people were vegetarian, but at that point, that basically meant vegan. I'm not too sure about that. I'm also not sure how this trend, social movement, is seen as bizarre to him. Like, the ethics behind it are very simple. It's basically that animal abuse is wrong, and it's morally wrong to needlessly torture and murder animals for no other reason other than taste, pleasure, and maybe convenience. Moving on.
But there are green, plant-based shoots of recovery. The new fashion is for high-profile vegans, including explorer Bear Grylls, revealing they're detransitioning back to healthy, meaty diets. And celebrity chefs like John Mountain.
I'm speeding us up a little bit.
Perth, Australia.
Healthy, meaty diets. Is that what he just said?
Grylls, revealing they're detransitioning back to healthy, meaty diets. Celebrity chefs like John Mountain, who runs Fire Restaurant in Perth, Australia, is also leading the fight back. He's made global headlines this week after announcing
Sadly, all vegans are now banned from Fire for mental health reasons. We thank you for your understanding. Wow, that's like a really asshole thing to do. Banning an entire group of people from your restaurant who hold the belief that it's wrong to abuse animals. I mean, do you yourself not hold that belief that it's wrong to abuse animals? Clearly not, I guess. Mental health reasons. Wow, that's a justifiable reason, right? Whatever.
Are banned from Fire for mental health reasons. We thank you for your understanding. Many didn't understand. It's been flooded with fake.
I mean, okay, let's make this clear. It's not really that big of an issue that a restaurant is banning this certain group of people from going in, even though it is my group of people, my people. It's not that big of a deal, especially when you're talking about veganism. There are, like, things that are more of a deal when it comes to the modern day Holocaust of animals, and just the Holocaust of animals in general. But it's still, like, a pretty dick move to do that. Like, anyway.
I'm joined now by the vegan
let's hear what he has to say about this.
Animal rights activist Joey Carbstrong.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. Oh, wait, he's joined by both of them at the same time. Let's see what happens.
Okay, John Mountain, why did you ban vegans from your restaurant?
Morning, Piers. I banned them from my restaurant because, look, I've been a chef for nearly 30 years, but on this particular incident, it was just too much. You know, they grouped together, which, you know, I'm very proud of the vegans for all sticking together, but they did. They grouped and banded together and then started hammering my business with one-star reviews. I saw my rating drop from a sensible 4.2 down to 2.8. They nearly broke me. God bless the vegans, though. It didn't work.
What was the incident that provoked all this?
The problem that happened was a girl had emailed me 3 weeks before requesting a vegan selection. And I said, well, look, rather than saying that, what is it that you like? Tell me what you like. And she said, well, I like gnocchi and risotto. I thought, okay, no problem. We change our menu every day, Piers, so it's not an issue. The problem was on the day that she did turn up, I couldn't do it. I let her down, and it was a justifiable complaint.
And she went nuts.
Yeah, slightly nuts, as
I mean,
they do.
my thing about vegans is they tend to be, I don't know, they seem to...
Huh. So, from what he said, it seems like someone emailed him 3 weeks beforehand asking for a vegan selection, or at least a single vegan item. I guess this restaurant has no vegan items whatsoever. I mean, that's that's a good enough reason as it is for vegans to essentially wage war on the place. Not inciting violence here, okay? That's in quotes. Wage wars in quotes. But, like, if you email a restaurant 3 weeks before, the restaurant owner presumably said back, like, sure, yeah, we can do that to you. And then 3 weeks later, on your birthday, you show up and there's no vegan items. Hey, I mean, I would be really pissed off too. But, like, the more important thing, I would say, is just the fact that they don't have vegan items at all in general. I mean, he did say that they do switch up their menu every day, but it seems like they don't, like, consistently have vegan items enough, so much so that this lady had to email them specifically asking for them to include vegan items. I'm not sure if I'm interpreting this correctly. Either way, it's a pretty good reason. Like, the fact that your restaurant typically serves every single meal with animal abuse, and from animal abuse, supporting animal abuse. And this isn't just regular animal abuse, this is obviously, like, extreme amounts of animal abuse. That's, in my opinion, is good enough reason as it is for vegans to essentially boycott the place or even leave negative reviews. Although I do have mixed feelings on leaving negative reviews on places that you haven't been in yourself. I think it's a little disingenuous, but if it's for ethical reasons that are as strong as this place supports animal abuse in every single one of their meals. Moving on.
Like, the lack of meat in their diet makes them very intolerant to people, and they get very agitated. And if you don't sign up to all things vegan in the way that they want you to, all hell breaks loose.
Okay, so the first part about that, about them vegans being hangry, is obviously, like, facetious. He's obviously joking. I mean, knowing Piers Morgan, he might not be, right? But I'll just give him the benefit of the doubt, saying he's joking. But he's saying, what did he say again?
If you don't sign up to all things vegan in the way that they want you to.
If you don't sign up to all things vegan in the way that they want you to, all hell breaks loose. No, Piers, we just don't want you to abuse animals, alright? We don't care if you buy Beyond Meat, alright? You don't need to come out and endorse Beyond Meat. What are other, like, vegan products? I don't know, like, alright, I'm like, I know there's, what's the name of that, like, sausage, whatever. There's Gardein. Like, you don't need to publicly endorse Gardein, Beyond Meat. You don't need to endorse the vegan things in the way that we want you to, okay? You just have to not abuse animals. Or, at the very least, like, have one meal at your restaurant that's not, like, full of animal abuse. I mean, that's an extremely low bar. And he's just blowing it out of proportion, saying you have to...
And they get very agitated. And if you don't sign up to all things vegan in the way that they want you to, all hell breaks loose.
Sign up to all things vegan in the way we want you to. Yeah, you don't need to sign up to PETA. Just don't abuse animals. Please? Please?
I think that seems to be the issue, Piers, to be honest. I think they're just missing a really good burger or a glass of milk, or both. They need to sleep more, be a bit more healthy. Although, the vegan...
Also, I have to point out, it's, like, really, it's pretty just bad etiquette to, well, not only to be basically levying personal attacks against an entire group of people, but especially to do that when you've brought on somebody, Joey Carbstrong, for a conversation, and he's right there, and he's a member of that group who you're making personal attacks against. I mean, unprofessional isn't even, like, scratching the surface. That's just a really kind of asshole thing to do. on both of their parts.
Vegan diet allegedly is healthy, just not for everybody else.
Maybe I blew it out of proportion by saying unprofessional isn't even scratching the surface, but
You know, I think each to their own. But it's 100%.
Okay, let's come to Joey.
each to their own. I'm so sick of hearing that. How about you, like, the each to their own position is the vegan position. We want to leave animals to themselves. We don't want to abuse them, okay? You can't say that we're violating your rights when, like, your right to be left alone, even though you don't really have a right to be left alone. You can't say that we're violating your presumed right to be left alone when we're doing that, when we're not leaving you alone, in order to prevent you from violating a laundry list of animal rights, okay? You just can't say that. I mean, you can say that, but it's like,
Bear Grylls, so I know well,
doesn't
he's
make sense.
embarrassed he used to promote veganism. He now eats a diet of red meat, blood, bone marrow, as well as salted butter, eggs, fruit, and honey. He says he never felt better. Talking about his transition to a vegan diet, he said, I was vegan quite a few years ago. In fact, I wrote a vegan cookbook. I now feel a bit embarrassed about things. I promoted, I thought that was good for the environment, thought it was good for my health. Through time and experience and knowledge and study, I realised I was wrong on both.
He's embarrassed that he...
Huh? Like, he's just... Alright, watch this. So, Joey's like, this guy says that veganism is bad for health and the environment through his own experience. Your thoughts? Like, what is there for Joey to even respond to there? What Bear Grylls said it isn't even anecdotal evidence. It's basically just his own opinion. What's Joey gonna say to that? Like, and why is Piers Morgan even bringing it up? Because it's just, like, so weak evidence. I mean, you could even say that, like, he brought it up basically as a debate proposition, but there's a few problems with that. First of all, veganism does have health benefits, it does have environmental benefits, but the main thing is the animals, so why would you, like, specifically hyper-focus on the environment and health when veganism is an animal rights movement? That just doesn't make sense to me. And also, secondly, like, Bear Grylls' thing, his statement, wasn't specific enough to be a debate proposition. It's like, what do you want Joey to go on a half an hour monologue about how veganism is better for the environment, better about health? Like, that's missing the point.
The plant-based diet, when he drinks urine and bile out of camel's stomach.
Urine's quite healthy, though.
It's healthy. Would you drink urine? Would you rather drink urine?
Absolutely, if I had to, yeah, if I was
Yeah, but he's embarrassed.
It's healthy? Would you drink urine? Absolutely! Piers Morgan just said that he would drink his own piss. Or, sorry, not that. He said that he would drink piss. Not necessarily his own, okay? Maybe that's worse.
Now that he promoted a vegan diet and he's not embarrassed with his behaviour on TV, and he thinks that eating the bodies of...
Why are vegans so angry?
Well, he made a statement saying the vegans are angry, but he carried on and banned all vegans from his restaurant because of one simple complaint.
He's allowed to.
Yeah, he's allowed to ban a whole group.
Why are vegans so angry? Okay, well, maybe one reason that we're angry just in general is the fact that there's a holocaust of animals going on that's been going on for quite a while now. And maybe you and this other guy are on the side of the Holocaust and are, like, directly supporting it. Maybe that could be a reason. It could also just be that we're hungry, right? Maybe we need a nice juicy steak.
Oh, he's a chef who's just sick of tailoring to vegan people who want to have all this stuff and get angry about being...
Listen, wait a second. He got a two...
Let me say something, alright? Who cares about this guy and his restaurant? Like, this conversation between Piers and Joey clearly isn't about that. I don't know why Piers is having this as a backdrop of debate. Oh, actually, I do know why. It's because, like, it's something that his audience can easily sympathize with the business owner on. So he's basically pre-poisoning the well in a kind of way. I know that's kind of a stretch to think about, but, like, I don't care about this guy's restaurant. Joey doesn't care about this guy's restaurant. I don't think Piers cares about this guy's restaurant either. So, and the health and environment things, like, clearly this is just about veganism as a whole, and Piers is just having this as a backdrop for a debate because it inherently advantages him, at least when it comes to getting the audience on his side.
He got a 2-star review when he was on Great British Menu, right? He ripped off his mic, smashed up the studio, and said that he wanted to kill the guy for giving him a 2-star review of a fish dish that he made. He didn't ban all fish eaters from his restaurant.
You were
He didn't ban all fish eaters.
Joey,
So,
we're
hey,
going to get personal. You were a gang member, so don't take the high moral ground about smashing something up.
I'm completely...
Oh my god!
You were
ban all fish eaters.
Oh my god!
Joey, we're going to get personal. You were a gang member, so don't take the high moral ground about smashing something up.
I'm completely honest about it. There's been documentaries made
Don't take the high moral ground about losing your temper. You were literally in a gang.
I was 10 years ago, 10 years sober now. You're going to use
I'm just saying, if you're going to get personal with
But
it...
anyways, I don't walk around with dead baby pigs.
Oh my god. What a fucking... Wow. I can't believe Piers just said that. If you weren't catching on, Joey brought up the fact that this guy, like... That was kind of confusing because they were kind of talking over each other. I think Joey brought up the fact that this guy, maybe it was related to Bear Grylls, I don't know, but he said that he would like kill someone because they left a 2-star review about some fish product or something. And I'm not really sure what larger point Joey was trying to make about that. But like, it's so inappropriate to bring up Joey Carbstrong's past at all, but in this context, just because it's not in the context. It doesn't make any difference. Like, it's just textbook ad hominem. Come on, Piers. Like, I don't know why he does this. Is it just because he can get away with it by talking over people? And it helps get, like, emotionally charged, basically, early teenagers, young children who are watching it on his side. But it's just highly inappropriate. Even if this personal attack, like, was appropriate here, like, Joey Carbstrong has basically completely reformed himself. He's gone to prison, but as far as I know, this other guy hasn't apologized for saying that he would kill this guy. I mean, I have no evidence one way or another, but I think that if he had apologized, he would bring it up right now, or Piers would. So this is just highly inappropriate, and it doesn't even make sense here. I think Piers was like, oh, Joey's coming onto my shitty show. Let me see my list of arguments here. Argument number 1, bees though. Argument number 2, almonds though. Argument number 3, personal attack number 1. Joey Carbstrong was a gang member. Personal attack number 2, vegans are hangry. Is that his entire game plan? I mean, to be fair, we haven't seen if he said the almonds and avocados and bees shit yet.
I'm just saying, if you're going to get personal with it...
Anyways, I don't walk around with dead baby pigs facing them like that. Like, is that like something really...
Ugh, what the fuck is that? Yeah, that's really disturbing.
With dead baby pigs facing...
Yeah, this is really just condemning of this guy's character, because, like, he's just parading around his murder victims because he thinks it's a cute photo op. He's not even embarrassed that, like, he caused or contributed to, or contributes to as a whole, like, in a group sense, to the suffering and death of just innocent animals, including that animal that he's holding here. But let's hear his response.
And that's his profile picture, looking at a dead pig.
He says, it's a beautiful picture, beautiful, and he's holding a fucking corpse, which maybe he paid for to be killed, but in the net, again, he pays for that species probably to be killed, and other species, and to have their rights violated. And it's his profile picture, so he obviously doesn't regret it, and he's defending it right now, so...
One second, I just want to say, in Australia, pigs are killed in gas chambers, okay? They cause pigs, they're horrible. Have you seen footage from inside a gas chamber?
Good on him. I think I know what Joey's tactic is here. His tactic is basically... the thing is, if you're talking about it on a purely logical sense, it doesn't matter how the pig is killed. He just wants to alert Piers' audience, basically, to the fact that pigs are killed in gas chambers because it's, like, very real. It gives you... The idea of pigs being killed in gas chambers is, like, a very vivid kind of imagery. like you can see it. You know what gas chambers are. Like if you say that like cows are bolt gunned in the head, you can't really conceptualize that, or like have their throats slit. Everyone can conceptualize choking to death on CO2. I mean, just choking in general, but like, yeah, not everyone's been stabbed. Not everyone's been stabbed in the throat and lived to tell the tale. And also, we've had atrocities that are like involving gas chambers, so it helps bring it to the forefront when we're talking about atrocities. Jewish Holocaust, if you didn't catch
I
on.
recently exposed one in the UK. They screamed to death and begged for mercy. In Perth, there's a gas chamber called Lily Valley Pork, right? And this guy serves pork at his restaurants.
Right.
And why would you be more upset of a little complaint as a chef than pigs being murdered in gas chambers?
Let me ask you the question that I asked the vegan.
Why would you be more upset at a little complaint as a chef than at pigs being killed in gas chambers? Wow, what a question. I mean, Piers just basically started talking over him, like, by the end of that, but I hope he gets to answer that question. Wow. I mean, that's like the answer to the whole debate that they're having right now.
Activist the other day, which is that given that 80% or 90% of the world's almonds come from California, where they're made involving the demolition of billions of bees getting murdered. How do you feel about the
Don't get murdered.
Billions of bees who get murdered. Oh my god. Oh, dude. He did the almonds and bees thing. Oh, dude. I'm so sick of this. It's not a good argument, but it's such nonsense that like having to debunk it just derails the entire argument. So I think that's why he's using it. I don't really feel like talking about it, so I'll let Joey do his
How many
thing.
billions of bees die in the pollination?
I've got the 2022 data wrong here. They die mostly from parasites.
He has the data there. He knew it. He knew that Piers would talk about bees, even though like the conversation is just so completely unrelated. Like the conversation is like tangentially related to veganism, right? And like bees is over there, but Joey knew. He knew.
60% die of varroa mites.
Good on him for being
Disease
prepared.
in the making
Excuse me,
of
no.
almonds and avocados.
They
Oh, they do. They do.
The data is here. It's here.
Do you know where I read
It's here.
this?
It's data from US Department of Agriculture.
Do you know where I read this? I read it in the...
I love how Piers is just not acknowledging at all the valid criticisms that Joey is saying.
Data is here. It's here.
Do you know where I read
It's here.
this?
It's data from US Department of
Do
Agriculture.
you know where I read this? I read it in the Guardian, the vegan Bible. Even the Guardian.
The vegan Bible? The Guardian? Are you serious? The Guardian, the vegan Bible. I think I've seen more anti-vegan articles on there than I have seen pro-vegan articles, opinion pieces. The Guardian is the vegan Bible. Are you serious? God damn, dude. Like, the thing is, even if the Guardian was a pro-vegan thing, first of all, like, the Guardian is basically, I think it's an online newspaper. It's not like the most reputable source, unlike the source that Joey just showed him. So why is he bringing it up? He's trying to, like, what he's trying to do is he's trying to say, even this highly pro-vegan thing agrees with me about this. The thing is, it's not highly pro-vegan. It's not necessarily the most accurate. It probably doesn't even agree with him on it. Like, let's be real. He's probably misinterpreting a lot of stuff. His brain isn't that big that he can... I have no faith that Piers Morgan can accurately represent an article. I mean, he could probably just be lying about it right here. But, I mean, hey, I'm just saying that without evidence, so I'll drop that, but... all things considered, his evidence doesn't even support the idea that veganism isn't a moral imperative. It doesn't support the idea that we should be murdering like tons of animals for no reason and violating their rights. Like, the thing is, even if what he was saying was true, even if it did have something to do with veganism, then the answer would be to not eat almonds. The answer wouldn't be, okay, let me just go and violate some animals' rights and murder them. Okay, this is a ridiculous leap in logic. Dude.
You vegans who eat avocados and almonds,
6.7%. This is not.
you don't care about the little guys.
We boycott.
Billions of bees get murdered, and you don't care.
Where do those bees come from?
Huh?
Where do those bees
In America, they come from.
Don't care about the little guys. Yeah, that's why we don't eat honey. It's because we don't care about the bees, right? We just hate the bees so much that we don't eat honey. Maybe it's because we don't want to, like, exploit them and cause their needless suffering and death. I don't really have too much of a strong opinion about honey, I'm going to be honest. But, like, I boycott honey, vegans boycott honey. So, and honey comes from bees, obviously. So I don't know what his point is. Even if we don't care about the little guy, this is just a tu quo fallacy. It doesn't matter who we care about. That doesn't make you any more right. All right?
All over the country.
The commercial honey industry.
That's true.
And
a lot of them do.
boycott, what do vegans boycott?
Go on.
The commercial honey
Why
industry.
don't you boycott almonds and avocados?
Because I don't see a reason to.
Why don't you boycott almonds and avocados? Well, you know what, Piers? If that's the holdup, then you could go vegan and boycott almonds and avocados, right? Did he even, like, I don't even know that avocados are pollinated by honey. I don't think that he made that claim in this. I don't know. Maybe, right? Oh, by the way, I like Joey's beard. It's, like, grown out now. I wish he would grow out his hair. But it's like, the problem that Piers Morgan has with vegans, as far as he's saying, is that we don't go far enough. And the conclusion that he's making from that is that we should, like, we don't go far enough when it comes to preserving animal rights. Therefore, we should violate animals' rights and murder them and cause them immense amounts of suffering. What the hell? Wouldn't the logical conclusion of Piers Morgan's claims to be vegan and also to boycott almonds and avocados and also things which are caused by bee pollination, I guess? I don't know why he has specifically a problem with almonds and avocados. I would assume that a lot more crops are pollinated by bees. Moving on.
Most of the bees are dying from mites.
Do
you see
pollination?
reason to?
Okay. All right.
Listen,
So you don't care about the little
only
guys?
6% die from pesticides, so it's not really a rights violation. Not.
I like how Joey is in the process of refuting his claim, and Piers is like, so that means you just don't care about the little guy. What a fucking...
Okay.
Listen,
So you don't care about
only 6% die from pesticides, so it's not really a rights violation. Not murdering the
Joey,
bees.
here's my point.
The bees
A big pig makes you cry. A little bee,
killing gas
you
tanks.
don't care.
No, listen,
You don't care about
there's no reason to be upset about pollination.
Sometimes
They
50
die from mites.
billion...
Why are you angry at the mites?
Hang on, Joey.
Barrel the mites.
Let's shout over each other. Sometimes 50 billion bees die in 6
From
weeks
mites.
to give you vegans.
I'm literally just
your
talking
almonds and
about
avocados.
from mites.
That's not...
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say here. I mean, this just speaks for itself. Piers is just repeating the same thing while Joey is sitting there refuting it.
Not true.
Agricultural stuff
It's not
American.
true.
This is ridiculous.
Read The Guardian.
I read it in an article.
Let me-
Anecdote. So it must...
Read The Guardian. Read The Guardian. The ultimate source on reality. Read The Guardian. Dude, are you serious? Read The Guardian. He said that it's the vegan Bible, but now he's referring to it as if it's the actual Bible, arbiter of truth. You want to see the truth? Read The Guardian.
Be true.
Sorry,
What a load of shit.
10 years.
Well, you actually, because you seem quite agitated. Like you want a bit
It's
of...
just about nonsense about bees being murdered when they die from mites.
They are murdered. They're murdered.
It's
But
clown
do you
behaviour.
think, but you think in a way you represent...
Bees are killed by mites. They're not murdered. They're murdered. They're murdered.
What I feel about vegans is you're all quite angry.
Are you against animal cruelty, Piers?
Yes.
Then why do you support animal cruelty when you support the meat
Don't.
industry?
Are you against animal cruelty, Piers? Yes. No, Piers, you're not. Because you're on here advocating for animal cruelty, so how could you possibly be against it, okay? You know, there's a word for being against animal cruelty. It's called being a vegan, and you're actively arguing against it. Maybe you're hangry to yourself, Piers. Maybe you need some fucking tofu.
Angry.
Are you against animal cruelty, Piers?
Yes.
Then why do you support animal cruelty when you support the meat
Don't.
industry?
I've defended the bees for years.
Well, they're not murdered. They die from mites.
Billions of bees are murdered so that you
boycott honey?
vegans can
Do you
eat almonds and
boycott
avocados.
honey where they're hired from?
John, let me bring in John here. John, look, here's my point about the vegans.
He didn't even answer the question. Like Joey tried refuting it. He tried talking about pigs. He tried bringing it like back, and then at the end he's like, "Okay, Piers. Well, if you care about bees so much, like, do you eat honey?" And you might be thinking, "Okay, well, that's also a 2 QQ. because, like, what does it matter if Piers Morgan himself eats honey? He can like be the face of the bee rights movement and still abuse bees, and it doesn't make the bees rights movement or his arguments look worse. But the thing is, it's just pointing out how disingenuous he is. And like, it's a tu quo to argue against a tu quo. So I would say here it is valid. Plus, like, Joey has enough other points that he doesn't need to rely on logical fallacies to make his points. So I think he's fine here. Let's see what this guy has to say.
You feel virtuous, you think you're saving the planet as well.
Did he just say hypocrisy? Did Piers Morgan just dare to use the word hypocrisy? When, like, he's a bees rights advocate who eats honey, when he's a bees rights advocate who even cares about bees, but will condemn animals to death for no reason. And he dares to say the word hypocrisy.
There's a lot of hypocrisy as with all these debates, right? Which is that if you want to eat almonds and avocados as a vegan, you feel virtuous, you think you're saving the planet as well. Actually, neither of those things are true. Billions of bees get killed to make almonds and avocados.
Do you have any proof about the environment? Like, he said environment earlier, still no evidence, and he doesn't even have reasoning. Like, all he can say is that veganism is worse for the environment. No evidence, no reasoning. How is it worse for the environment? How much is it worse for the environment? No answer. It just is.
Actually, neither of those things are true. Billions of bees get killed to make almonds and avocados. People can go read
What's that graph?
Billions of bees get killed to make almonds.
Parasites? Okay, that's about the bees, and how most of them are killed by parasites and pests and are not murdered.
It's terrible for the planet.
They truck animal products around the world.
Do you believe, John, there's a kind of basic hypocrisy here with the vegans? Do you?
I love that. They truck animal products around the world. What a witty, like, thing to say right there. He's just so switched on. I was about to say something really insightful. I don't remember what it was.
Do you believe, John, there's a kind of basic hypocrisy here with the vegans?
Look, I think, Piers, what I've noticed is that there's a strange correlation that they have between eating meat and death and murder, which they like to keep promoting that murderous side.
Correlation. I mean, yeah, vegans just draw this arbitrary correlation between murdering an animal to put it in a sandwich and murder. You know, those things are not at all related in the slightest, but vegans just keep trying to draw this correlation. I can't believe the vegans would try and draw a correlation between murder and murder. Like,
if they look at the definition of murder, you know, this is human versus human, and that is it, you know.
Here we go. Definition of, like, I made a video about, like, what is it called? Like, vegan word use or something. It's like, okay, that's one of the definitions of murder. It's not the only definition, okay? And if you want to go, like, into the legal definition thing, like, that's another one of the only definitions. The thing is, it's just a semantics game. You can call it whatever you want. It's still horrifically immoral. It's still animal rights violations. It's still abuse, and it's still, you know what, let's say murder. Let's say intentional, gruesome robbing of someone's life when they're a sentient being with a will to live. How about that? Is that nicer? Does what word is used actually change it?
Look, I'm 100% against animal cruelty, and for him to bring up the Great Britain...
You're against animal cruelty. Mr. No, I didn't have any vegan any animal cruelty-free options. Is against animal cruelty.
You know,
what a joke! This is just lip service.
It's not what we're about. I think each should be to their own, and you should just enjoy your life. You know, if they're going to argue, Piers, I feel that...
Enjoy your life and don't let animals enjoy their lives.
Killing animals, look at this. Posing with the murdered people. Posing with the murdered people. And it wasn't, you can't handle a simple complaint from and this woman, she's a very nice woman. I spoke to this young woman. She's very nice, very kind, very polite, and you can't handle a simple
Joey, let me ask you a question.
Celebrity chef. And it's clear, even me, he's complaining about it.
Why did Piers bring on Joey in the first place if he's trying to string together some sentences and Piers is just like, Joey, just like, he's been talking over him this entire time. I understand that sometimes you need to talk over people, but like, if Joey stopped talking once Piers like started talking over him, he wouldn't have been able to make even one single point over this entire debate. just very unprofessional, very rude. I
Joey,
mean,
if you
come
want to
on,
be a
dude.
vegan, I don't care, right? It's entirely down to you. If you want,
they're not being slaughtered.
billions of bees, everyone go and
Billions of
Google.
bees are getting killed by mice.
Here's what I say
Exposed,
to
exposed.
everyone watching this, either on the show tonight or on YouTube later. Go and Google bees,
US Department of
bees,
Agriculture stats,
almonds,
right here.
avocados, and you'll see the truth.
You'll see the truth. You know, U.S. Department of Agriculture statistics. Go on The Guardian and you'll see the truth.
The truth. Even The Guardian, where they all...
Alright, look up Dominion 2018 and you'll see the truth. Like, I cannot emphasize enough how much this bees almonds argument is a red herring. It has nothing to do with... It really has nothing to do with veganism. It has nothing to do with animal abuse, animal rights, factory farms. It's just a distraction. He's trying to pull at anything he can.
Every day when they wear their sandals to work.
It's complete nonsense.
The truth.
What?
Even The Guardian,
What did you just
where
say?
they all are compelled to eat lentils every day when they wear their sandals to work.
The Guardian, where they're compelled to eat lentils every day while they wear their sandals to work. I don't know what the sandals thing means. If you guys know what it's supposed to mean, please leave a comment. I don't know, dude. And also, he's trying to say eating lentils is a bad thing. Eating lentils is one of the most healthy. Lentils is one of the most healthy foods. All right, legumes are basically directly linked to longevity. They're a good protein source, good fiber source, good carbohydrate source. I'm basically just saying macros at this point, but they're loaded with nutrients, micronutrients. They're very good for you. I don't know why he thinks this is an insult.
This is a gas chamber, Piers. This is how pigs are killed in the UK. This is my investigation.
Can I ask you a question?
Why don't you play me the sound of billions...
He pulled out his phone and started playing sounds of a gas chamber. I gotta say, I like how focused Joey is on this gas chamber thing, but I do disagree with it for one reason, which is that he's not talking about any abuses in the animal rights industries except for the gas chambers. It's like the impression that he's giving off is that the gas chambers are the only things that vegans have, and that's the impression that I would get if I was a meat eater watching this. I would be like, wow, this vegan is focusing a lot on gas chambers of pigs. I guess one, he doesn't have a strong enough argument to really talk about any other abuses, and therefore two, I should just not eat pork and go about my day eating the flesh and secretions of other abused animals. So I think that's kind of a problem with it. If I was him, if I were him, I would do terribly in this scenario. I'm not going to pretend that I would do better than him, while being put on the spot here between Piers Morgan and this restaurant owner on live television. But I think it's kind of a mistake to only talk about pigs for that reason.
The bees being murdered.
Show me the sounds of imaginary bees being murdered. You know what, Piers? Here's the sound of needless bees being murdered. There you go. Did you like it?
Animals get killed so I can eat pigs.
They're screaming to death.
Right.
Look at them, face them.
What do you think bees do?
Face them, they're
What do you think
screaming
bees do when you murder them?
They get killed by mice. This is gas chamber. Look at them.
No.
You don't even wanna look at them.
They get
Coward.
slaughtered.
You're a
I'm not
coward.
cowardly. I know that animals...
He's like, I'm not cowardly. What is I'm not cowardly. I know that animals need to be slaughtered for me to eat animal meat. He's not cowardly for not, he's not, the point Joey's making here is that it doesn't make him a coward that he doesn't know that animals need to be slaughtered. It makes him a coward that he's not addressing it at all. He's hyper fixated on this fucking stupid red herring argument about bees when it's completely irrelevant. He won't address the actual arguments of veganism. He won't address the fact that his food has victims needlessly and that he's abusing animals and violating their rights. That's what makes him a coward, is that he won't address this. He'll just say, gang member, almonds, avocados, bees, hangry vegans, ha ha ha.
Vegans thrive, and they scream for their lives, and every single animal
How
welfare.
pathetic.
Here's my problem.
And you eat bacon and you promote it.
I love bacon.
You promote it.
I love bacon.
You say you're against
I
animal
love sausages. I love it all. I love eating meat.
You love animal cruelty.
Yeah, I'm prepared to admit I love eating meat. I love eating meat.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
You love animal cruelty? Yeah. Didn't he just say before that, like, Joey asked him if he was against animal cruelty, and he said, yes, I am against animal cruelty. And then, like, 5 minutes later, you love animal cruelty? Yeah. Well, I mean, at least he's admitting it, but that doesn't stop this entire thing from being contradictory. Like, the fact that he loves animal cruelty just completely destroys every single argument he's had up until then, and just debases them. Because it's like, why are you arguing against bees being murdered if you're for animal cruelty? Why are you saying that you're against animal cruelty if you're for animal cruelty? Actually, those are the only two arguments he's had.
I'm prepared to admit I love eating meat. You're not prepared to denounce avocado and almonds.
Because you're making up stats that don't get
because they actually lead to the extermination of millions of bees. Final word to John. John, is there anything that would persuade your mind to let vegans in? Because obviously he'd be a fantastic guest in your restaurant.
Thank you, Piers. I do apologise. I didn't hear you then.
It's just absolute childish behaviour, discriminating against a whole group of people because of one little silly complaint. Go ahead.
Joey, when was the last time you laughed?
Last time I laughed.
I love how, like, I love how this entire thing was ostensibly to be about, like, no vegans allowed. Celebrity chef says vegans are banned for mental health reasons. But Joey Carbstrong, spent 10 seconds saying it's just childly ridiculous to discriminate against a whole group of people. And, like, that's the end of it. And the entire thing is Joey trying to convince Piers Morgan to stop supporting animal abuse while Piers is like, bees, did you know bees are murdered? Bees are murdered.
It's an absolute abject lie.
It's an absolute fact.
And facts don't care about your feelings, Piers.
Undeniable. Yeah, John, final word to you.
Final word is, how many vegans does it take to change a light bulb?
Go on.
None. They all prefer to stay in the dark.
Wait for the punchline. What's the punchline? None what?
Go have a cry, mate.
They all prefer to stay in the dark.
Actually, the other one I like is, how do you know when someone's vegan?
Wait. The other one I like. Oh shit! I heard it. I was gonna think about like a stupid joke that Piers would have said, but of course it's how do you know if someone's vegan? Never heard that one before, dude.
They'll soon tell you and play pictures and stuff of people screaming. What they won't play you is bees being murdered. Joey, great to see you. John, thank you for joining me from Perth.
Go vegan, Piers.
Wow, absolute. Like that was an absolute bloodbath of a debate. All right. That was just insane. It was basically two guys talking over each other. Joey is trying to, like, argue for animal rights or against their abuse, and Piers is just saying the same two lines. Bees, you don't care about bees. Bees are murdered. What else? This is the truth. 3 lines. Sorry about that. 3 lines. Wow, that was like intense, just because of how much talking over each other they did. I mean, Piers's strategy was obviously to try and bully Joey into looking bad, but Joey just wouldn't let him, and the other guy was, I don't know, there for decoration, I guess. It was pretty fun to watch. I mean, it really boiled my blood. Maybe I'm hangry, right? I don't think so. I mean, I just had some tofu and broccoli. Do I have anything else to say about this? Not really. I mean, oh yeah, one more thing is that, like, vegans in general, I wouldn't even say that vegans eat almonds more often than meat eaters. We probably eat avocados more often, but, like, why is he fixating on almonds? I can't think of any vegan, like, meat replacement food that's made with almonds as its base or even as an ingredient. So I just don't know why he's saying that. I mean, I know plenty of meat eaters who eat more almonds than I do. I personally eat very few almonds. I guess I must really care about bees, right? And the thing is that Piers Morgan seems to be more of a bees' rights activist than actual vegans are, and people call us soft and emotional when he's advocating for the rights of bees. I mean, like, vegans advocate for bees' rights too, but he's so hyper fixated on it, and his version of bees' rights violations is actually, his grievance with it is actually way less serious than vegans' grievance with it. Like, even granting the idea that his grievance with it is legitimate at all, which, I mean, I don't really think is true. So yeah, I mean, I really hope that Piers Morgan makes the mistake of inviting Joey onto his stupid little show again. And that's for two reasons. First is so he can, like, stop bullying other vegans who go on there, because he can bully them. Like, I keep seeing clips of, like, him basically bullying this, like, vegan woman, and she's talking about the climate crisis. I don't know, I guess she's interested in that. Joey's an animal rights guy. Veganism is about animal rights, but she's talking about climate change, and Piers just, like, kept going back to, do you eat the avocados, as if it, like, fucking matters at all. And he, like, but yeah, I hope what I'm saying here. Sorry, I'm too hangry to make a coherent point right now. It has nothing to do with the fact I've been recording for 46 minutes. I'm too hangry, but I hope Piers makes the mistake of inviting Joey onto his show again, because Joey won't get bullied. He'll keep talking about gas chambers. I hope he talks about other animal rights violations too, but we can always count on him to keep talking about gas chambers. And he'll just talk about the truth. So I hope a lot of people see the video, even though... Oh, and what's the second reason? The second reason is just that it's funny, alright? I like seeing Piers having his ass handed to him. I don't even know if that's a phrase. His ass handed to him. I don't know. Does that mean anything? But yeah, I hope everybody sees this, like, bloodbath of a debate. I think the fact that it was just completely messy will increase the odds of it being seen. Another thing is that, like, Joey just kept talking even when Piers was talking over him, so you can't really clip out a portion of that and be like, Piers made a good argument here, because Joey is just underneath that argument continuously refuting it. So I think if the public hears that, they're just going to know. They're just gonna just see how Joey is right about it, basically. So yeah, that was fun. Thanks for watching.